first, just introduce yourself, say maybe what you play in the band, and yeah.
Should we just look at you?
Yeah, that works. We got two angles, so we'll just go with whatever.
I'm Josh, and I sing and play guitar.
I'm Cassie, and I play piano and violin.
I'm Fabian, and I play guitar.
Cool. What's your story like? Where are you guys coming from? Maybe a little history of the band, and how did you get your name?
We got our name from one of the former members of our band went to mime school, and he called those his silent ears. So he wanted to, I don't know, it was his idea. But yeah, we were just on our way from Des Moines, Iowa. This was kind of a long trip here. We hail from Detroit.
Cool. How would you describe your sound to someone who's never heard your band before?
It can be loud and it can be quiet.
It can be pretty and it can be abrasive. It's anything that they want it to be. If someone had never heard it, I would say, "What music do you like?" And then whatever they said, I would be like, "It sounds like that."
But there could be some amount of truth to that.
Yeah. That's good. So it's sort of a multifaceted, I guess.
It's everything.
Yeah. That's great.
It's like anything from Celine Dion to Joe Cocker to Led Zeppelin. Pavarotti.
Right on. So you mentioned it earlier, you're a Detroit-based band. And Detroit these days is sort of, I mean, it's getting to be a pretty hard city to live in with, you know, the decline of the audio industry and stuff. How has that had an effect on, like, the music scene up there, and maybe you guys specifically?
It's taken more time away from my writing because I've started a gang. And, you know, it's kind of like free reign there now. So, like me and like 6 of my friends, we go out with like chains, we break into things, and we just basically stand up for our turf. So I've been writing a lot less due to that. It's kind of like Mad Max. But, you know, conversely, I have a lot to write about. A lot of excitement.
Cool. So I read up on your bio a little bit, and from the sounds of it, it sounds like you guys are constantly working on something.
Yeah.
You had like an album and EP, and then I've heard that maybe you're working on something now. What has that sort of process been like? Is it just a natural extension of how you guys function, or is it something that you're intentionally going out of your way to always be working on something new?
I'll just say that Josh likes to be busy all the time. So, but you know, we're always writing, and you have to keep moving forward in music and searching for not what you want to sound like, but what you're being inspired from at that moment. So you should never just stop writing, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not touring, I think we should be writing probably. Just so otherwise we're doing nothing.
Understandable.
That feels bad.
Yeah. So you do have a new EP out called Let Go. Given it a listen, it's a great listen. Could you tell me maybe a little bit about what went into making that record, making that EP?
In terms of
just, you know, how was the process for you? Like, did you do anything interesting, like maybe what most people wouldn't consider normal in the recording process?
Our recording process is kind of never very normal, just because like we recorded usually mostly by ourselves.
And at our own pace. We never put a time restriction on
And at various locations.
it.
Yeah, we don't just go to a studio and rent it and, you know, have 2 weeks and finish it. So I don't know, that situation always feels very stressful to me, because if you try a few things and it doesn't work out, then you've wasted 6 hours, and that 6 hours translate to X amount of dollars that you've just wasted. And I think that that's kind of the antithesis to the creative process. So we definitely did it weird. We recorded some of it in the old police station of a city that it's no longer, it's like a vacant building, and we did it like the strings in the hallway. And
Natural reverb.
Nice.
Yeah,
They have a shooting range in there. We were trying to get in there to record them, but
couldn't get in.
no key.
Well, that's definitely interesting. You don't hear a lot you don't hear a lot of bands going into vacant buildings to record, so that's cool.
I think more
Plenty of that
should.
to spare in Detroit.
Well, not now. You know, a lot of gangs taking up residence.
Cool. What are some of the records you guys have been listening to a lot recently? Like, what's in your car? What's on your iPod? What do you really enjoy right now?
I've been making mixes. And putting them in the van.
Of what, Neil Young and...
Yeah. Neil Young, David Byrne, and I've been listening to Built to Spill. I just got on that wagon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really late on the bandwagon. Really late.
It's okay. They're coming to Denver in, I think, in June or something like
They're
that.
fun, I really like them a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I play guitar, so I'm kind of a nerd for stuff like that.
I tried really hard, but I have ADD, and that was a hard one for me, that concert.
If you're into guitar noodling, I guess.
Yeah, but he noodles endlessly.
There were two shows. One he kind of restrained it a little bit, and the other one was pretty long-winded. But
I'm talking about the St. Andrews one.
yeah, that was a little long-winded.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then it's not like he's got like sweet chops. Like he's like,
Right. But it's kind of sweet noises sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's the only band that it's acceptable. I mean, if you're the only rock band, I'll say, where it's acceptable to use a wah, like a wah-wah pedal, because anybody else who does it is just cheese dick. It's terrible.
Yeah. True.
So, some good thoughts on Built to Spill.
Yeah.
What have been, maybe for you guys as individuals or as a group, what have been some of your influences, but specifically not musical influences?
Drugs.
No.
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 That was a joke.
Yeah, it was.
Obviously.
Poetry. Ponies. Ponies and kittens.
Puppies
Puppies.
and rainbows. Oh,
Rainbows to some extent.
I wish that I was a wizard, and I draw from that a lot.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
But it's not quite to the level of like Harry and the Potters or anything like that.
Oh, no. Because they're sort of like, I bet that they're so into what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they're telling a story that, they're just retelling the
Mhm.
story.
You're
and
coming up with something original.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So from the sounds of it, obviously very busy, always writing, always doing something. What are your current goals for the band? Are you working on new material? Are you just planning on touring more, getting out there? What's the plan?
Yeah, we're working on new material. We want to tour more. I think we ultimately want to be as big as like the Beatles, right?
At least.
If not Fish.
If not Fish. Or the Dead.
Mhm.
So those guys actually played shows.
Right.
So
The
that's
Dead
good.
played a ton of shows. So did Fish. From what I hear. I never made it to one.
Not even in your mama's womb?
I think the Grateful Dead are touring again now.
I went to a Dead show. I never made it to a Fish show. I was talking about Fish.
Ah,
Now that the Dead, I mean, the Dead isn't the Dead without Jerry, you know.
yeah, it's true.
The Dead is dead.
The Dead is dead. They should call it the kind of Grateful Dead.
The kind of Grateful, maybe still alive.
Grateful people are still coming to our shows.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or just Phil Lesh and Friends.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, do you guys have any last words? Anything people should know?
Buy our albums, please.
I'm really hungry.
Said like a starving artist. That's great. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks
so
for your
much.
time.
Yeah, no problem.